Okay, welcome back to Dr. Stone Anime Review, episode number 21. You may notice the video quality is different than my previous videos I've done over the course of this series. I just want to try something different. That's simply the reason for it. Now, this episode we're discussing the 6th episode release for Dr. Stone New World, which is also known as Treasure Island. Yes, that's the name of the episode. Treasure Box, This episode taps from chapters 101 to 102 of Dr. Stone manga. Yes, we're into the Treasure Island arc. We are basically 2 chapters into this it's basically a 38 chapter arc. Yes, out of the remaining arcs, the whole series of Dr. Stone, this is one of the more lengthier ones. Yes. This is roughly 38 chapters. And if you're curious about the one next one, this one, it is 30 chapters, which that is the New America City arc. South America arc is 24 chapters. New Stone World is only 7 chapters. Globe Trotting is 12. And the final arc, Moon Mission, is only like 20 chapters. So out of the remaining, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so out of the 5 arcs remaining for this entire series, this is the longest for this entire series. Yes, it is longer than any of the previous arcs we've had overall. The arc is, you could say the communications arc is probably the same length too, but that was 32 chapters. This is 38. And the previous arc, Age of Exploration, that was roughly 18 chapters. Yep. So, in this episode, we start out with the crew already at sea in the Perseus. We get a brief flashback of a couple different flashbacks here. One of pretty much when Byakuya, who was Tsukusa's adoptive father, and this is 100% true. Yeah, he adopted. They're not biologically related. This is like he is the guy's son. He's adopted, and apparently the guy is a bachelor. Yes, so basically it's showing a flashback about what the treasure's looking for. Basically, special metals put in this box, and it's locked in this island. That's a brief thing in flashback, and they mentioned about the whole thing with 100 stories, and they managed to get through. Well, they start at night. By the time that the mentalist goes up to see him in the morning, they've only just got to the 8th story out of 100 in one night. And Tsukusa basically went to sleep. Though, they mentioned we didn't revive 7 billion people, but they have but they can't exactly use the miracle yet because that's been destroyed. So, there's other things out there, and hopefully they're going to use platinum as a way to basically free them from the stone state. Okay? So, then we pretty much have it where we also have various stuff happen. Of course, it was like character being sick. We have a show off a tour of basically the interior of the ship. The fact it's got, I'm sure it's probably got living quarters. It's got, basically everything required for a ship of this magnitude. A lot of the stuff you see here is stuff you see in sort of modern day ships. Seeing, a console, various different, metal consoles, the, of course, version of radar. We also have a mobile laboratory, place for food. Basically everything you expect to see for a voyage. And then we also have, of course, people get seasick, which they have a cure for that. Oh, by the way, as mentioned in the episode, the woman he's in love with, actually sat through a 5-hour lecture on rockets while he fell asleep. Yeah, I would probably fall asleep too, because as much rockets are cool, knowing every single detail about them can get boring after a while. So, yeah, and it's they show going down the stairs, have to grab the bottom, and they just show very similar stuff. By the way, they show a flashback of drinking tea, and then of course mention about why I'm going to this treasure island. But there's actually this no-name person on board. Yes, there's this no-name person on board the ship, which they finally revealed this guy's name. and his name is Sukus, who is named after the spaceship. Mm-hmm. I mentioned he's actually from the island they're actually going to, and we might get a chance to see some people's like debut pretty soon. Yes, which I'm very much looking forward to more episodes of this arc because it's going to be quite interesting to say the least. And based on the when I look at next week, next week's going to cover 3 chapters. Well, episode 43 looks like that one's going to cover 3.5. Yeah. But this is, and of course, the episode does end with them sort of arriving at Treasure Island at the end of the episode. Like, really? They arrived already? Yeah, basically, where they're going to sneak in because there's actual storm going on there. Yep, a storm. And that's pretty much the episode nutshell. An absolute really good episode. Love it. Can't wait for next week. Now, I should point out, though, there is no new case episode today. So, no review of that. So, basically, next up, it's going to be 3 straight comic corners. And then it's going to be back Doctor Who. And I might get a chance to do one more Doctor Who. I had to finish the one I'm working on, which is basically, I'm working on the first part of the Black Guardian trilogy. Yep. I'm going to get to more detail about that soon. Okay, next video. Bye.